Linus wanted his system to behave exactly like Unix, using a similar philosophy and structure. But here is the massive secret. Linux was written entirely from scratch. Not a single line of original Unix code was used.
So, are Unix and Linux the exact same thing? You're staring at a job description. Does knowing one mean I automatically know the other? Which one actually matters today?
To really get these two, we have to do a little time travel, because there's actually a massive historical gap between them. Back in the late 60s, computers were these giant, wildly expensive machines, right? And each one ran a completely different operating system. So, in 1969, some brilliant engineers at AT&T Bell Labs created Unix to solve those huge hardware constraints. It gave the world a clean, portable system that truly defined modern computing. But, fast forward a couple of decades to 1991. A frustrated computer science student in Finland named Linus Torvalds wanted more freedom from the super restricted teaching OS he was forced to use. So he decided to just, build his own from scratch.
And honestly, you've got to love the sheer irony of Torvalds' original forum post about it. He literally wrote, "Just a hobby, won't be big and professional." I mean, wow. That little student hobby project would eventually go on to power the global internet, run major stock markets, and literally guide NASA space missions. So what's the actual direct relationship here? Well, Linux was heavily inspired by Unix. Think of Unix as the original master-crafted recipe. Linux? It's like an inspired chef who studied that exact recipe and then cooked up something very similar but entirely their own creation.
Moving on to Section 2, the biggest differences. Proprietary control versus open source freedom. While they might look kind of similar on the surface, there is an absolute fundamental divide here. Unix is proprietary. That means it's owned by giant corporations, it requires expensive licensing fees that can run into the thousands of dollars, and the code is a completely closed black box. Linux sits on the exact opposite end of the spectrum. It's open source. It costs absolutely nothing. Zero. And its source code is publicly available for anyone in the world to read, tweak, and distribute. That single shift, it completely opened the floodgates for millions of developers worldwide.
Now, when we talk about these ownership differences, we really have to look right under the hood at something called the kernel. The kernel is basically the core engine of an operating system. Unix has a proprietary engine totally locked down and controlled by whichever single company owns that specific version. But the Linux kernel is incredibly unique. It's maintained by thousands of global contributors, everyone from independent hobbyists to top engineers at Google and Intel, all collaborating together on this one massive community-built engine.
And because of that crazy powerful community-driven engine, combined with the fact that it costs exactly $0, Linux has achieved an absolutely mind-blowing scale of dominance. To put that into perspective, literally 100% of the top 500 supercomputers in the entire world run Linux. 100%. That is wild.
But hey, it's not just supercomputers. A staggering 96% of the world's top web servers are running Linux under the hood. When you're browsing the modern internet or using massive cloud platforms like AWS, Microsoft Azure, or Google Cloud, you are interacting with Linux. It has literally become the absolute backbone of modern technology. So if Linux is dominating all of that, why do people still confuse them? Let's get into Section 3, the shared DNA, why they feel so similar.
Despite all their commercial differences, they really do share an incredibly similar structure. Both of these systems follow what are called POSIX standards. That's essentially just a set of shared rules for how an operating system is supposed to behave. Because of this, if you learn how to navigate directories and use terminal commands in Linux, like ls to list your files or cd to change directories, you can effortlessly find your way around a Unix system too. They even share the exact same file system tree structure, with both of them starting right at the root directory represented by that classic /.
And this brings us to a super vital concept to remember. Linux is what we call a Unix-like system. That means your terminal experience, your commands, your day-to-day workflow, it all feels totally familiar across both of them. But as we've learned, they are completely distinct under the hood. It looks like a duck, it quacks like a duck, but genetically, it's an entirely different bird.
All right, moving right along to Section 4, portability and security, hardware constraints and community power.
Let's talk about hardware for a second. Historically, Unix suffered from a really painful issue, vendor lock-in. A Unix version, like, say, Solaris, was built specifically for SPARC processors. If you wanted to change your hardware, it was a massive, expensive headache. Linux, on the flip side, is the absolute king of portability.
Its flexibility allows it to be ported to almost any architecture imaginable. We're talking running on literally everything, from your standard desktop computer to smart fridges, industrial robots, and yeah, even those NASA spacecraft we mentioned earlier.
Security is another huge diverging point between the two. When a vulnerability is found in a proprietary Unix system, users are totally at the mercy of the vendor. You literally just have to sit there and wait for that specific corporation to release a patch. But Linux? It leverages its ultimate superpower, the community. It uses a many-eyes approach, meaning thousands of independent security researchers are constantly scrutinizing the open source code. When a threat is found, it's often patched by the community within a matter of hours, not weeks.
Okay, we've covered the history, the code, the hardware. Now it's time for Section 5, the final verdict. The elder versus the offspring.
Let's wrap this up with an analogy that I think perfectly summarizes everything in our explainer today. You can really think of Unix as the wise, formal, and, let's be honest, quite expensive elder of the operating system family. It set all the foundational rules and absolutely demands respect. Linux, meanwhile, is the energetic, adaptable, and completely free offspring. It took all of the elder's wisdom, broke out of the stuffy corporate mansion, and just traveled the entire world.
Now that wise elder, Unix, is still highly relevant today. You'll primarily find it in massive enterprise environments, big banks, and research institutions, where rock-solid reliability and direct, heavy-duty vendor support are absolutely non-negotiable. Oh, and here's a fun little fact. If you're watching this explainer on a Mac right now, you are actually using a certified Unix system. Yep, Apple's macOS has Unix purring right under the hood.
But that energetic offspring Linux is absolutely dominating almost everywhere else. From the Android smartphone sitting in your pocket to the massive cloud infrastructures running modern global businesses, it is the absolute, unquestionable essential starting point for anyone learning tech, diving into cybersecurity, mastering DevOps, or exploring software development today.
So, we've finally untangled the mix-up. You now know that while Unix laid the legendary structural foundation, Linux is the open-source powerhouse that's actually running the modern world's infrastructure. And the best part of all this, it is completely free for you to learn.